look now at St. Augustine, Florida. This is a live look here from the beach there. Tough to see when it's that zoomed in, but you certainly can see the gray conditions there, and looks like some rough water there. Elsa, meanwhile, expected to bring rain to us here at home. Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane joining us now to talk about what exactly to expect. You know, you see those big trees down in Florida. That's a huge issue for us here, especially in the older neighborhoods with those giant trees. Do you think this is going to be that type of event with enough rain and enough wind for that to be a concern?
I don't think it's going to be a big concern for us this time around. Fortunately, the wind issue is much less compared to some of the widespread heavy rain that we could get, and we may start to see at least some minor flooding developing by the time it moves out tomorrow afternoon. Of course, we're talking about Elsa and eventually coming in later on tonight, but even way ahead of Elsa, we have, as the tropical moisture continues to increase, moving in from the south, some scattered downpours, even a few strong thunderstorms, mainly focused over upstate South Carolina right now, but we're now starting to see some of these batches of heavier rain working into western Union County. This is all lifting up to the north, and so expect some wetter conditions maybe developing over South Charlotte, southern Mecklenburg County, Ballantyne area here eventually, as well as Fort Mill and Rock Hill, seeing some of that. Tradesville, strong thunderstorm. We've had some heavy rain passing through Heath Springs and out toward Anson County as well. Meantime, it's much lighter, just generally scattered showers over some of the mountain communities and heading down into Burke County. All of those are lifting to the north as well. So rain and storm chances for the rest of this evening will still be relatively low, say 20 to 30% or so, but they really ramp up later on tonight and especially around daybreak and even before daybreak tomorrow morning. So I'll show you a closer look at future radar coming up. Mostly cloudy over the Queen City right now, ahead of some of those showers and storms. Made it up to a hot and humid 91 degrees. Those dew points sitting in the mid and upper 60s. Still have some lower 90s out there. Albemarle at 91, 92, Wadesboro 91, and Concord. Meantime, we're in the mid 80s up into the foothills and then the mid 70s up in the mountains. And you can see temperatures stay on the warm and humid side right through the night, only falling down into the mid 70s eventually by midnight. So here's what we're looking at with Elsa. The main event when I'm talking about the widespread heavy pockets of rain, some gusty wind, and that threat of a brief tornado. That comes late tonight, so we're talking late overnight, 2, 3, 4 o'clock or so and beyond, and mainly the first half of the day tomorrow, so up until lunchtime or so. The main threat will continue to be some areas of heavy rain and some minor flooding that will be possible, along with some gusty wind, and can't totally rule out that small chance of a brief tornado, as we oftentimes talk about with these tropical systems moving over land. Flash flood watch in effect for Thursday. Right now, it only includes Stanley, Anson, and Richmond County, the counties you see filled in with the green here. But once again, with some expected widespread heavy at times rain across parts of the Charlotte metro, can't rule out some flooding out there as well. Latest on Elsa, it's a tropical storm after making that landfall over northwest Florida earlier today. Sustained wind speed at 50, but it's still forecast to get a little bit weaker, becoming a tropical depression by the time it moves right over the heart of the Carolinas early tomorrow morning. And then it moves quickly up and away. So already by tomorrow evening, it's headed toward eastern parts of Virginia, and then it could regain that tropical storm status as it moves off the northeast and New England coast, heading closer to the weekend. Check out future radar. Here we are in the 4 o'clock hour. Again, scattered showers and storms rolling in from the south, but then we'll likely see kind of a break in a lot of the activity later on this evening before here it comes. Now, this is actually Elsa moving in. The widespread shield of heavy rain. So this is about 2:45 in the morning, affecting upstate South Carolina once again first, lifting in right up and down the I-77 corridor. Planned for just a nasty go of it out there on the roads if you're going to be out and about in those typical morning commute hours off to the east along Highway 74, headed up 85 into Concord and Salisbury as well. But you can see once we get closer to the noon hour, 1 o'clock, the widespread heavier stuff starts to move away, and then we'll just be looking at those lingering scattered showers and storms in the afternoon. That's Elsa moving out. So by the time all is said and done, 1 to even close to 3-inch rainfall totals are expected. But likely those rainfall totals will stay under an inch in the mountains and foothills, so not going to see as much rain up there toward those higher elevations this time around. As far as the gusty wind, we could get some gusts around 20 to even close to 30 miles an hour, mainly south and east of Charlotte. But for the most part, it's just going to be a little bit of a breezy day, and again, some occasional gusty wind. And that highest risk of severe weather, and talking about the risk of a brief tornado, will be out toward this darker shading of green. So that does include parts of Union, or rather Anson, Richmond County, down through Chesterfield County. You're going to be a little closer to the stronger part of the storm and Elsa passing through. So that quick spin up of of a brief tornado will be possible. Continue to stay weather aware. Of course, we're going to be tracking it all along with you right on through tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. And even after Elsa moves out, the storm chance continues as we're back in that typical summertime pattern heading into the weekend.